Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
I'm Darrell Williams, Longview City Councilman, District 2, and I'm also the Transportation Liaison for the City Council. This is really a great day for the City of Longview, and lots of exciting things are happening. And on behalf of Mayor J. Dean and the Longview City Council, I would like to extend a heartfelt welcome to each of you as we welcome the Amtrak 40th Anniversary Exhibit Train to Longview, and also to celebrate the groundbreaking of the Longview Historic Depot and Transportation Center, which is Amtrak home, and our nearby transit operation, Longview Transit, which you see the kids are going through across the street. We have many people here representing an array of organizations, cities, and transportation entities, and we want you to know that we appreciate all the support that each of you give on a daily basis to help make our transportation work as seamlessly as possible. And a special thank you to the Kilgore College Rangerettes. Let's give them a hand, please. They are here with us today as ambassadors, and thank you, ladies, a lot. Now I would like to ask all of our elected officials to stand. All elected officials. Let's give our elected officials and we also have former state representative up here with us, Tommy Merritt. Also, I want to recognize Tommy Merritt. I have really enjoyed my transportation experiences over the years with Tempo and the East Texas Corridor Council and others. And I would just like to say I've been on the council almost 10 years, and I'm getting ready to term out, and I'll be leaving the city council, but I will not be leaving the transportation, and I'm hooked on the train, so I will always be supporting the trains. I'm a train lover, and I'm a real big fan of transportation, so I will continue to work with my Tempo group, and my Tempo people, and I'm just glad that everyone is here today. And at this time now, I would like to turn it over to County Judge Bill Stout.
Thank you, Councilman Williams. This is a special day today for the anniversary as well as the groundbreaking for this multimodal facility that's getting ready to break ground here today. I think today what really is an example of the leadership that's been brought together to make all this happen. Richard Anderson, who was a county judge, when this all started taking place, where the Corridor Council was given tremendous leadership in this process. I can't say enough about the mayor, Jay Dean, and his leadership and what he's done for so many things in this city. And this is just another example of the leadership that he and the council have shown in the investment for a multimodal facility that's going to take us to another level in transportation. The other folks, there's so many that I want to thank, and I've had the privilege of working with them on kind of an outside area, but the RMA, which is a regional mobility authority, which has been active and will continue to be active for this multimodal authority and trying to work together to increase the availability of transportation for everybody all over, not just Texas, but all over the country, from Amtrak for buses and for trains and planes and everything else through this facility. And it takes so much leadership to make all this happen. Tim Vaughn, who is instrumental in bringing together this facility and getting together this real estate deal that Mayor Dean put him in charge to see that thing got completed, did a great job, and that's one of the reasons we're here today. And I'd be remiss if I did not mention a very special person in my heart, and a person that's very special to the train, that she thought riding the train was a whole lot cooler than any of us ever figured out a long time ago, was Natalie Rabikoff. Natalie has been just a stalwart supporter of the train. She's passionate about it. Without her leadership, I'm not sure we all would have kind of, so to speak, got on board the train. But she brought a lot of passion to it, and I'd be remiss in not mentioning her name. And if you convey that to her, Mindy, I would appreciate it. I was hoping she was going to be here today so I could personally tell her that. Okay. Some other folks I'd like to say thank you to is BNSF, and Union Pacific for their continued support of the rail service in this area. Also like to thank the mayor's task force that he put together to move this process forward. TxDOT, who continues to be a great partner with not just the city but the county and all transportation avenues that are going to be affecting moving people around this state in years ahead. And I'd like to say personally thank you for allowing me to be a part of this. I've been on the peripheral. I will stand shoulder to shoulder with the mayor and the council and all the mayors and the councils in this county to make sure that we continue to be a regional leader in this area of transportation and maintain our leadership position. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Judge. And I would have to reiterate about Ms. Rabikoff, and you all know that it would have to take something real important for her not to be here today. Natalie is in Arizona celebrating with her new grandson, so that's why she's not here today. So she would love to be here, but she will be here tomorrow. Thank you. Okay. All right. Now we will hear from Miss Amtrak, Joy Smith.
Good morning, everybody. What a privilege it was to be asked to speak this morning. All I want to say is that we continue in Longview to make history. When I think about over 10 years ago, trying to make sure that the Texas Eagle was a train that would continue to run in Texas, and the tremendous work that Longview and the citizens did to make sure that Amtrak understood that they wanted their train. It was a 3-day-a-week train. It went to 4 days a week, and now it's a daily train going out to California 3 days a week. 3 years ago, soon will be 3 years ago, we had Tom Mulligan, who sends his regards. Tom Mulligan was the liaison between Amtrak and the Union Pacific Railroad. And Tom and Richard Phelps and myself and Tim Cooper and Todd Stennis and all of us came down for a luncheon. And the words that I said to the mayor then is, when people are sitting on a train and they look at a city they've never been in before, your station is your living room to your city. Well, I want to say that Longview now is getting this living room together, and I am just so happy. Just 3 years ago. And now to have Amtrak celebrate its 40th anniversary with the fine citizens of this town. As you can see, we've got hundreds and hundreds of the school kids having a pre-tour of the anniversary train. And to have that as we do the groundbreaking for this beautiful building, and it's just going to be gorgeous. I can't wait till it's finished. I thought I was going to retire after each year I'm going to retire after we accomplish this and we accomplish that. So now I got to wait until this building is finished, then I'll retire. But I tell you that one of the things that keeps inspiring me as a Amtrak employee and representative of throughout the country is when men and women in a community decide that they are going to do something. We put all of our egos and our personal agendas aside and pull together as one to make things accomplished. Man, you can conquer the world, and that's exactly what Longview is doing. Thank you and congratulations, Longview.
Now we hear from the chairman of the East Texas Court Yard Council, Judge Richard Anderson.
Thank you, Councilman. Well, the first thing I would like to do is to recognize my wife, because we came in separate vehicles and I was wondering where she was, and then I looked down and saw her sitting next to Representative Merritt, my wife Christina Anderson. What a red letter day. The 40th anniversary of Amtrak. And this series of trail sets over here, train sets, the last time that we saw that was in San Antonio. Now, Longview, San Antonio, that's a pretty good company. Pretty good company. I would like to also reiterate what my dear friend Judge Bill Stout said about Natalie Rabikoff. Mindy, you know, the only problem that we have with Natalie is you never really know quite where Natalie stands on rail issues. You know? But she was very helpful, and I want to also make mention of some efforts that went on. It was like 10 years ago. Then State Representative Tommy Merritt worked with then Congressman Max Sandlin to have legislation creating the South Central High-Speed Rail Corridor created. And this is on that route. And it runs from San Antonio to Fort Worth, up to Oklahoma City, over to Marshall, and up to Little Rock. And just recently there's been an extension from Little Rock over to Memphis. That will enable us to obtain funding for studies of how we implement this high-speed rail corridor. And the East Texas Corridor Council has already started on that. We've got $750,000 in the bank, and $230,000 of that is going to, we just announced it last month, rail modeling studies, a landmark agreement. When completed, it'll be the first of its kind in the state of Texas between TxDOT, Amtrak, and Union Pacific. And that's 2 round trips a day between DFW and Shreveport-Bossier. And we just, we took 3 of the operators of some of the gaming establishments up to see the intermodal facility along with Councilman Kasha Williams yesterday. And she was taking pictures of the intermodal facility there in Fort Worth. And her ardent interest in passenger travel is something that this community can be very proud of. And Kasha, thank you also for engineering this event here today. Let's give Councilman Williams a round of applause. Certainly, city staff, Mayor Dean, and the council are to be complimented on obtaining a $2.16 million grant, which will, combine with $450,000 in local match, will take this building to a new level. And it takes vision to do that. It takes having a long view, if you will. That might be a new logo there, Chuck. You never know, huh? Okay. But I commend you on having that long view, because as we're working to get these 2 round trips a day, you're working to get this in shape and to bring it online to make this happen. As Joy said, and she is one fine cheerleader, and smart too. That living room, it's like the living room to the city. That's your rail station. So I applaud your efforts on that. The East Texas Corridor Council applauds your efforts on that. And we look forward to, again, breaking ground here today, Judge, and having a tour of the Amtrak 40th Anniversary Edition. And I will mention this, Griff Hubbard, who's no stranger to anyone here, down here on the left, he has worn his 1971 double knit red blazer.
And he can still wear it.
And he can still wear it. You know, and, yeah, thank you. And I will say this about that, you know, the 70s were not our best fashion decade. You know, but the fact that Griff kept his double knit sport coat and he can still get into it is remarkable. Yeah, and the Cadillac too, the 70 model Cadillac. And in concluding, I would like to again, Senator Hutchinson was not able to be in attendance today, but Kay Bailey Hutchinson has been very helpful with respect to the preservation of Amtrak back in the 90s when there was a loan obtained from the legislature, which was paid back on time with interest. And she also was very helpful in helping us get the funding for our rail modeling study. And this, of course, will be her last term. She's chosen not to run for re-election, but when you see her, if you get a chance to talk with her, thank her for her work here on the Carter Council. And that concludes our remarks on behalf of the Carter Council. But again, you've got much to be proud of here today, and please convey that to Mayor Dean and the council, Joe. Thank you.
Now I would like to call Ms. Cassia Williams, who's on the council with me, and I would just like for her to know I'm getting ready to leave the council, but it's been a great honor to serve with such a wonderful lady, a smart lady, and a very energetic lady. We're leaving the council in real good hands. Cassia.
Good morning, everyone. It has indeed been a pleasure to work with so many various groups that are instrumental in passenger rail. I've been mentored by the other Councilman Williams, the original, shall we say, and I'm just thrilled and honored to have been so accepted into groups such as the East Texas Corridor Council and Tempo. They are here to stay, and we have a lot of work to do, but I'm confident that all of the groups and the region working cooperatively, we will accomplish all of our goals. You've heard all the other individuals here today speak to both the different initiatives that we have going on as a group, as well as what we're doing here in Longview that we're sincerely proud of, and we're even more delighted to have the support, the continued support of our county in all of our efforts. But there are some people that are indescribable in things that we do. There is one person who has led this charge in Longview and has helped to facilitate and develop relationships that Longview has not always had with Amtrak, although here, locally, nationally, regionally, this person is genuine in everything that he does. This is someone who is as outgoing or appear that way, but when it comes to the issues that affect our community as a whole, and specifically those issues that affect passenger rail, which is, as he put it to me, the original footprint of transportation, there's only one person that the city is honoring today for that. Griff Hubbard, would you please come forward? It gives me great pleasure on behalf of Mayor J. Dean, I'm getting tongue-tied, and the entire City of Longview City Council, City Manager David Willard, to make this special presentation. And the plaque reads, presented to Griff Hubbard on behalf of the City of Longview and the East Texas community in grateful recognition of his tireless efforts to support, expanded, and improved passenger rail service in our Arklatex region 2012. Give it up for Mr. Griff Hubbard.
It's hard to pull something over on Griff, but I think they got him today. We have a lot of honored guests represented here today, and I would just like to say a list of, we have Amtrak corporate offices from Washington, D.C. and Chicago, Illinois. We have Burlington Northern Santa Fe represented, East Texas Corridor Council, the Northeast Texas Regional Mobility Authority, the City of Longview Mayor's Task Force on Passenger Rail, Texas Department of Transportation, the East Texas Council of Governments, Federal Transit Authority, Gregg County, Greyhound Lines, and the Longview Chamber of Commerce, and the Longview Economic Development Corporation, and also McDonald Transit, AT&T, and last but not least, the Longview City Council. But right now, I would like to say that I would be remiss if I didn't say that I would like to say thank you to Ms. Laura Hill and her staff, Dietrich, Sean. You all have done a great job with everything y'all have done here today. I know it's a lot of different cities represented around here today, but I'm going to tell everybody we have the best staff of any city in the state of Texas. I've enjoyed working with our staff, and you all keep doing the good work that you all do. And at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Miss Laura Hill. She will direct us to where we're going to go for the official groundbreaking of our restoration project. So you all look to my right, your left. Miss Laura Hill will follow her.
There you go. All right. Everybody got their pictures? Except me, of course. I can get that to go. Sam doesn't want to pop up. Oh well. I'm gonna steal yours. All right. Hey, everybody good here? Find a spot on the wall. Find a spot on the wall where you're not going to hurt somebody. This wall here. All right.
This wall
so
over here.
This wall over here. Come on over here. Find a spot on the wall. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Go for it.
All right. Don't take off your gear. It's a photo op outside, okay? The right direction. Slip by yourself, and there's going to be one with the right direction, okay?
All right. Ready? Come here, Hubbard.
Oh, really? Get in the front, Griff. You're looking good. I'll be sitting in that Cadillac.
Ready?
Right. Same way.
That can make us feel better. Young girls. Yes. All right, then. That's what we need. Watch your knees now. Watch your knees.
There you go. They can do that jump
They
split.
can handle it,
That's
yeah.
fine. They're just like...
Watch your knees, girl.
Ranger ready to break.
Ready?
Sean, you got what you need? Thank you.
Everybody. All right. Everybody got